Two more top 25 college basketball matchups on the docket for Wednesday. Plus, I've got you covered in both games of tonight's NBA doubleheader on ESPN. But first, how about something to bet on this afternoon? Let's go to the English Premier League. This is a 2% client play that you are getting for free right here on the Power 5. I like both teams to score. No. That prop in the Aston Villa Everton match, 2:30 Eastern time. So we are obviously rooting for at least one of the two clubs not to find the back of the net. This is going to be Everton's first match under David Moyes, who replaces Sean Dyche. You may recall I faded Everton in their final match under Dyche. That was a 1-0 loss to Bournemouth. The both teams to score no prop has now hit in 9 of Everton's last 10 league matches. They are the second lowest scoring team in the league, but on the bright side, they've also conceded the second fewest goals over the last 10 matches and fifth fewest for the season. Aston Villa has not been good on the road this season. They have the starkest home versus road splits in the entire league. So I think there's a good chance the Villains don't score either here. But they haven't conceded a goal any of their last 3 visits to Goodison Park. So both teams have scored no on Aston Villa. Everton, a free 2% client play here on the Power 5. How about you go ahead and smash that like button? By the way, my top play for the Premier League's midweek slate is currently available on my page, wt.buzz/pp. It goes this afternoon as well. I'm on a 9-3 run on the pitch after going 2-1 yesterday, number 1 with all soccer at WagerTalk over the last 9 months. And today is Fill Your Cart Wednesday at the site. That means you can save 25% off any regularly priced products, whether it's individual picks, a one-day all access, or a subscription package. Just make sure to use coupon code FYC25 at checkout to get your instant 25% savings. Now let's move to college basketball. Big thanks to all of you who joined me last night for my $5 best bet on Ohio State +7. Looked a little hairy in the first half, I know, but the Buckeyes did rally for the cover. Of course, if you listened to yesterday's edition of the Power 5, you also got 2 of the 3 top 25 matchups in the SEC right. As I mentioned earlier, we have a pair of top 25 matchups tonight on the college hardwood. The first one is in the Big 12. It should be a good one. Top 10 matchup here as number 9 Kansas travels to number 2 Iowa State. 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Highest ever rating for Iowa State, who has won 11 in a row coming into tonight. 5 double-digit scores for the Cyclones. Looking at the WagerTalk.com live odds screen, they are 6-point favorites for this game. Total holding steady at 144.5, but it might be a challenge for Iowa State to score here tonight. Remember something I said on Saturday's edition of the Power 5. Kansas is the top under team in the country. 13 straight unders now. The Jayhawks have allowed the fewest number of points per possession on the road this season. That's in the entire country. They also don't give up a lot of second chance opportunities, and they're 13th in the country when it comes to defending the three-point line. Iowa State, they're only 114th in three-point percentage allowed. I like the points here. Not often you can get 6 with a Bill Self-coach team, so I say take it. Would probably lean under as well. Our second top 25 matchup of the night finds number 6 Tennessee hosting number 23 Georgia, 8 p.m. Eastern on the SEC Network. Classic buy low, sell high spot from where I sit. Tennessee was ranked number 1 and was the last unbeaten team in the country going into last week's game at Florida, where they got absolutely hammered. You may recall I told you to take Florida here on the Power 5. After that loss, the Vols failed to cover over the weekend at home versus Texas. Did win, though, 74-70. I would lay the 11 here against a Georgia team that now finds itself ranked for the first time in 14 years. Back-to-back wins over ranked opponents for the Bulldogs, yes, but both of those were in Athens. Shout out to REM. Tonight marks just their second true road game of the season, though, for UGA. I think the public's going to look at a double-digit spread in a battle of ranked teams and gravitate towards taking the points. I say do the opposite. Lay it with the Vols in terms of the total, which is currently 133.5. Again, I'd probably lean under. So how about some NBA now? Knicks are in Philly tonight laying 6. This is 7 p.m. Eastern tip-off on ESPN. No real movement here on the side or total, the latter of which opened 219.5. Don't really want to bet either of these teams right now, quite frankly. The Knicks, they're 2-5 straight up in ATS their last 7 games. The biggest problem for them, though, is on the defensive end. We've seen them allow 117 or more points 5 times in the last 10 games. But the Knicks' issues obviously pale in comparison to those of the Sixers, who wouldn't even be a playoff team right now. Obviously not a good team to bet on either. 14-24-1 against the spread on the year. It's now 5 straight ATS losses for Philly after they went down 118-102 as 15.5-point home underdogs to Oklahoma City last night. You never know what the status of Joel Embiid is going to be. He did not play last night. In fact, 8 of the Sixers' top 10 guys in minutes played this season were out for that game. Said Sixers head coach Nick Nurse, quote, I always play who's available. That does not sound very encouraging. Let's just go Knicks team total over 112.5 here. Their offense is the only thing I can trust in this matchup. Then we've got Golden State at Minnesota, 9:30 Eastern. You want to talk about another team with some problems. Golden State's lost 17-24. They're now a game below 500 for the first time all season. Remember, this team started 12-3 straight up. Now they wouldn't even be in the play-in tournament. Steph Curry continues to try and carry this operation, but his scoring average is currently 22.7 points per game. That would be his lowest in 13 seasons. Meanwhile, Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves, he's coming off his first 40-plus point game of the season as his team has won 4 of their last 5 to move to a season high 3 games above 500. Getting 6 points, I kind of want to buy low on the Warriors here. I don't think the T-Wolves are a demonstrably better team despite recent form. So slight lean to the road team there. Let's just do a quick recap of the Power 5 this afternoon. It's a client play. Both teams have scored. No. Everton and Aston Villa. Do not think both teams will score a goal there. College basketball, I like the points with Kansas against Iowa State. I would lay it with Tennessee against Georgia. Then in the NBA, let's take the Knicks team total over against Philly because what else can you do in that game? And then I do kind of lean Golden State plus the points against Minnesota. Go ahead, comment down below with your thoughts on any of those selections. Also, feel free to let me know what you're betting on this evening as well. A reminder, you can find all of my top plays at wt.buzz/BP. I'm on a 26-14-1 all sports run right now, led by a 9-3-1 record in college basketball. Don't forget about long-term profits in both college football. I'm up 56 units over the last 14 months, and NBA up 48 units since the 2023 finals. That's going to do it for Wednesday's edition of the Power 5. Hope you enjoyed it. Smash that like button if you did. Make sure you're subscribed to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. And until next time, guys, let's cash some tickets.